For adductor tissue work, you've got three options, three progressions rather. The first one is we're simply going to go regular foam roller, angle it to about 45 degrees, and we're basically working from the top of the groin all the way to just above the kneecap. Okay, this is going to be a good initial progression if you've never done anything like this before. But essentially we're working the entire length of the inside of the femur, putting as much weight as you possibly can on the roller. If you find a particularly problematic spot, focus on that spot and oscillate back and forth on that particular spot. Many of you guys are going to graduate from this in the first week or two, or not even need it because you don't feel anything. That's great. We've got another progression. This is going to be the barbell adductor smash. What you're going to do is you're going to lay in kind of a 90-90 position on your side, and from there you're going to let the roller do the work for you. Okay, so what you would do is basically take a 10-pound weight, maybe two 10-pound weights, and you can work up to it in that regard and simply roll the weight up and down the length of the adductor. So wherever you have your particularly tender spots, again, the weight is doing the work for you, and you can just oscillate over that particularly tender spot. Again, I'm pretty tender in that particular spot, so I might spend 30 seconds, maybe up to 2 minutes on that particular spot until the sensitivity dies down. And again, you can work up in weight on this one. Once you've done about 20 pounds or so on the bar and the sensitivity isn't too high, we can go on and graduate to the next progression. All right, next progression, we're going to be actually in the squat rack, and you want to set the barbell up so that you can roll it a little bit through the squat rack. Again, it's the exact same thing as the regular foam roller adductor smash. The only difference, it's a lot more targeted and it's a lot more painful. So you want something to basically support a lot of your weight on so that you don't necessarily need to put 100% of your weight on the bar initially. Okay, but it can be helpful, one hand on the bar just to kind of control it, other hand either on the squat rack or on something like the safety bars. And from here, again, it looks kind of funky, but all you're doing is just controlling the bar and working your way carefully up the length of the adductor. When you find a particularly problematic spot, stay there for a while, and again, you can oscillate back and forth using your hand to control the motion of the bar. Okay, all you're doing is controlling the weight down on the bar, depending on how much weight you put on your foot, how much weight you put on the forearm, and controlling the actual motion of the bar, motion of the movement with this hand. Again, much more painful. You're probably not going to progress from that one for a while.